Rangers, welcome to Mindfulness with Marsha. Today we're going to topic. Today we're going to tackle a tough topic that I've discussed with many of you and also many individuals during my life journey over the many years, because perhaps I also had this wound big time in the past. And although I can share with you with just a lot of joy that healing has occurred, I still struggle though from time to time. What could this be? It's accepting compliments. Now, if you're some of those folks who have absolutely no problem, it's like the more the merrier, bring them on. You could listen to, however, to this discussion to understand those of us who really struggle with this. And if you don't, you could be a healer in helping somebody that you know move through and heal about this self-esteem issue, actually, on accepting compliments. You see, many of us find it difficult to accept compliments, but easy to believe that even the slightest criticism is true. No, I know, I did okay. I can remember even saying that on tests when I was in school, even though I knew I had aced them because I had put in the time and I had studied. But somehow it just seemed better to say, no, I don't think I did very well. I think I missed a lot. I didn't do well on that test. But if somebody were to criticize me and say anything that had to do with a negative aspect, oh, I'd grab that right away and like, you're right. My hair looks horrible today. So what I'm about to share with you is my, which oftentimes Mindfulness with Marsha is my best collection of reflections that helped me heal through the process of accepting compliments. So first of all, yeah, you have to have an intention. I needed to be intentional about working on accepting compliments. I had to recognize the fact that I had an issue here, that it was something I wanted to work on. So today, right now, you and I, let's make a choice, if you fall in this category, to fully accept compliments, the same as if we were given a gift. Thinking just now of my gift box that I have brought back out and put on my desk again. And not just because it's the time of giving that we start to think about with Thanksgiving and Christmas, but that life is truly a gift. And compliments are also a gift. You see, really sincere compliments are gifts of praise. They're kudos given to us for wise choices or perhaps compliments, or maybe just because we let our light shine. There's no reason not to accept the gift of a kind word. I mean, think about it. What would be a reason to accept a kind word? But some of us, and I was one, we argue against them and we give all kinds of reasons why they aren't true. And oftentimes the person that we're giving the reasons to out loud, they don't even know where we're coming from. They're like, oh, I just wanted to tell you your hair looked nice today. I mean, and then we just go off on these bird walks about why our hair, our makeup, our outfit, the rings that we're wearing, nothing is good today. So remember that our brains are biased to negative. And there's a real reason for that. We've talked about that in past, and it has a lot to do with just survival. But our brain is also wired so that we can see ourselves and all that's infused in all that we've taken in from our environment. And yes, from other people who are often some of our biggest critics, especially when we were growing up, and even ones that are closest to our hearts. We take in those negatives. And of course, we all have our own habits and thought ruminations too that add to the negative pile. So here's another way you might want to visualize a compliment. If we visualize, and I don't want to sound really woo-woo here, but there's an energy in a compliment. Now, if you could visualize that energy and see it as a beautiful, shining, positive energy being sent to the giver, no, being sent to you as the receiver from the giver, the energy, and if you accept it graciously, well, it brightens that energy field between both people. You know, sometimes I've said to people, if you don't take a compliment, it's like you're throwing a Debbie Downer on the other person and saying that they're not worth the compliment that they gave you, or that they're somehow wrong, or they really don't know what they're talking about. Our gratitude then returns to the giver as a warm, fuzzy hug, glowing energy, and it completes this circuit of good feelings, the circuit between our nervous systems that we're creating at this moment. But you see, if we reject the compliment, what could have been a beautiful exchange, well, haven't you ever noticed how it kind of becomes awkward and uncomfortable? And then it makes it a negative experience instead. And then if you tend to like to go on to the negative pile, you start pulling stuff off the pile. And then it really gets awkward because the person that gave you the compliment, it's like I said before, they're like, whoa, where's this coming from? Sometimes I think for some people, this whole compliment thing is misplaced modesty. You know, have you ever been there? I know I have, and it can ruin the joy of sharing that very connection with another person. But we can accept a compliment and still be modest. And you know how? By simply saying thank you. Yeah. I used to get all in a knot like, well, when they compliment me, what should I say? Like, I just got my hair cut yesterday, or, oh, this old thing. No, it's really a new thing. No. When you get a compliment, you simply are gracious and you say thank you. I mean, truly, why do we get in the way? And we do. We get in the way of somebody else gifting a blessing to us. And if you think about that, that's not kind. That's not being nice. You know, I've always felt myself as a kind person. And until I really thought about it, that when I'm rejecting people's kind words or compliments, that really isn't very kind or nice. So the final thing I'd like to say is that we'd like to see how it feels to give compliments to others. If you haven't taken a moment and given somebody a compliment, and just check out how it feels. How great you feel when you've made another person's face brighten or smile, and how differently you'll feel if when you give the gift, it's rejected. I've experienced that on all sides. We have to be fully ready to play along and be willing to give and receive this thing called compliments. Brain researchers and I know that we can be our harshest critics. So this week, I want you to join me in pausing to accept the gift of compliments, remembering that others see us through different eyes. All living beings crave positive attention, that sense of belonging. We all need it and require it. And we all deserve to have blessings shared. And who knows, you could be a blessing to others by simply, happily, and gratefully accepting the compliment gift. And you know, when you accept and say, thank you, you give others permission to do so as well. It's like mentoring others on how to say thank you. It truly does work. So until next week, stay safe, be well, and accept and give some compliments. Bye now.